we're looking at how to use the all sales page, or how to use one of the features of this software, which we call the all sales. Yes, so just pay attention and enjoy. Okay, so from our home page we can dive into all sales just by clicking on it, or can just click on this icon, or possibly we can also go to all sales by going to file, all sales. We can also do so by using the shortcut Shift+A. So these are the ways of getting into what the all sales page. The all sales page is all about the selling records. Okay, so whatever sales that you've done, the records are being saved in a particular database. So when you want to have a view of this database, that's where you go to all sales. Alright, so under the all sales page we have date from and date to, and then a search button here. This is used to what? Filter the records by the date of sales. Okay, so for instance we can say want to filter our data by let me see the full details of this date. Okay, 21. So we can say okay 21, and then we'll go, let me see the periods that I want to use. Let's say 23 08 21. So it means that 21st August 2021, 23rd August 2021. So I want the period. So it has filtered some information for me within that period. Alright, so let's say I want only 21. So we can see this. I think this is better for us. So we have about 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. We have about 7 records in that particular period of time. So we would say that we made sales within that. We made about 7 sales to 7 people within the same day. That's 21st August 2021, and we have different dates or time accordingly. Alright, so that's all for this. We'll check it one after the other. That's all for this. We just have to refresh the page and everything will be okay. It will come back to normal. Alright, we also have, okay, I've already used the button. This is a refresh button, so we'll use that one to at least refresh our page. If we made any updates, any changes, that will need to refresh the page to what? Have all the information. What we call refund. So there are points in time whereby clients who would make a purchase and then would want to bring some of the returns. Okay, so we can say it stands for returns. Maybe if the client want to return an item in it for it to do some changes, so we'll use this button for that. I don't want to go into that for now. I just want to dive into the search, because as a database, as a table with data, we might have billions of data in this table, and then we need to have a very sharp and very fast searching algorithm in place to be able to help you search for information from this system. So we also have a search by category over here. This one is used to search or filter the data based on the date. But at this point in time, we can also search by bill number, customer name, contact number, and the user. Alright, so for instance, we want to know how many records has been done or have been sold. How many records among the records that we have are being inputted, or let's say done by a user called encoder. Okay, a user will call encoded. Okay, let's say encoded. Sorry, encoded. So we search, and then encoded has about what, 3 records. So that's how we search by category. So we have a bill number. It always gives us a unique value, because whole numbers cannot be multiple. Bill numbers are always unique numbers on the system, so we will always have a unique bill number on our system, not having duplicates. So with the bill number, you are going to get a specific item or a specific row, or a specific data as your output. Alright, so we'll come back to refresh. It goes back to the normal stage of the software. Alright, under this button we have under the down here we have profit. So it looks through all the data displayed and then give us the profit margin from the sale. So it's always the TSP against what, this one, cost price and selling price, giving us the difference will give us our profit. And we have quantities, total quantity sold, and then total sold prices, total amount due, total amount paid. So the difference here is the balance paid out. So balance paid out, and then the balance left to be paid. So these are what people owe, debt we owe on the system. Okay, we have what we call debt, pay debt. So if client owes on the system, like this one, this record, you have -4 as a balance. That means the client owes you on the system. So let me just try any other thing. So do it. So you come to you select the records and come to what, pay debt. Now it will pop up like this, pay off with the ID balance. So how much are we paying? We are paying 1 Ghana cedis out of it. So just update, and then it prints out a receipt for a client. So I used PDF as a default printer for this. That's why I picked up the PDF to be saved, but then I don't want to save it, so that's all. So it would have given us a PDF view of the receipt that we are supposed to print for our client, like when he paid 1 cedi. Okay, so after that, when you refresh, you are supposed to see that it has been deducted. So instead of the -4, it's -3. That means the client has paid what, 1 Ghana cedis on top. Very well. We cannot perform that pay debt on a non-negative balance. So it tell you that, please, this is not a debt record. That is fine. We can also delete a record just by clicking on delete records. And then, are you sure you want to delete? Yes. This actually sets the figures to 0000, reducing the information here. So when we refresh, it will reduce the information here, the values here. Yeah. So delete has been done, but it doesn't delete the records from the table permanently. It keeps the bill number, it keeps other information, time and developer and user and the rest, but then it just sets this to 00, taking off the value from what, the table. Now when you do a delete of an item, view items. Okay, let me just explain about it before we go there. What we call view items. Now these view items, if for instance a person came to purchase about 13 types of products, about 250 quantity in number, and then we just saved this row. So what if you want to see the details of the items bought by the client? So there's a place for you to do that, and that's what we call the view items. So when you click on the row records, or the row, just click on view items, and it will pop up list of items that were what purchased. So you see the details. So you have opportunity to print again for the client. So in case the client comes back to say, okay, my receipt got missing, I need it for my husband to go through blah blah blah, there's an opportunity for you to print it back for the client. And that is how we do it. Okay, also I was explaining earlier about refund or returns. So we use this button to talk about how returns are being handled. So let's say a client brings back items from the same, let's do the same records. Alright, so the client brought some items. He brought Kill 12 small. He bought 2 of it. It's okay, Charlie, take off this value, the 2 for me, so that I can pay, because the amount is the amount I paid, I think I over budgeted, so I need to just take it off for me, and then they give me the balance or something. So you just have to click on that and then come here. You have to click on the refund. It will pop up like this for you. You just click on the particular item, you do what? Delete. You can delete it and it's off. Maybe he also wants you to not delete it, but then change the value, the quantity to what? 3 or 1. So by selecting it, just click on edit, and then you have the opportunity to what? Select the new quantity and then update. Now when that one is done, you can also add new products to it from here. G7 Solution, so we add it to it and it's there. So we can do all sort of changes to our data, our existing purchased. So now what we do is that we've done some changes to it. We didn't need to go and then type the whole thing again for the client and then blah blah. We had those records in place. So we just come to order, and it gives us opportunity to enter the amount the client is paying. Let's say the client is paying 350 cedis. We have to print receipt for the client, so we click on this to pick the PDF for me. I don't want to save it, so it's done. Now when you do that, refresh, when you do that, you see the records here has been updated. Now what happens is that you have to go to your old, the one that you did the adjustments on, particularly this one, and then delete the records. Okay, so delete the records, and then it has been used to replace it like that. So that's how that one is done. We've deleted the records. So I think that is all about the all sales page. We have these things: the search, the delete, the pay debt. We have summary of our monies in place, and then I think that is all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.